Joining us now from Denver is Colorado Governor John Hickenlooper, the author of The Opposite of Woe, My Life in Beer and Politics. Governor, you say your book is a call to action for nerds, but it's also very candid. Don't you know you're in politics? You're not supposed to be candid.
Well, but you know, one of the reasons I wrote it was, I got into politics because I wanted people to believe in government, believe in elected officials. And I thought if you're going to write this book, put in warts and all, right? Be authentic. And I think hopefully that helps people believe in elected officials a little bit.
People are pretty cynical about public service, about getting involved. Make your pitch. Make the pitch to people who watch a lot of our politics and think it's just bickering. Why should they get involved in a system that looks so unappealing?
Well, and again, there's some unappealing aspects of public life, but you get to work with the smartest people, you get to take on the most challenging issues, and you begin to, if you work hard enough, you can make an impact. You can begin to find solutions and create results. And that's some of the best part in life is to have work that's real and work with wonderful, talented people.
When you are known, among other things, for having not run negative ads in your campaigns. We are facing a presidential election in which it's not that the ads are not only going to be negative, but it's on Twitter, it's in the comments. What is your guidance and advice for the national campaign that's likely to have so much negativity as a part of it?
Well, I think you have to push back against it as hard as you can. The example I always use in business, companies that are arch rivals, right? They hate each other, right? Coca-Cola and Pepsi. Coke doesn't do attack ads against Pepsi because they'd work. Pepsi's sales would go down. Pepsi would have no choice but to counterattack Coke. Coke would counterattack Pepsi. You depress sales in the entire product category of soft drinks. What we're doing is we're depressing the product category of democracy, and especially young people are just tuning out. We do that at our own peril. We let that happen at our own risk.
When you are a superdelegate, we talked to Bernie Sanders earlier in the show, and he said that superdelegates from states that he won should just go along with him. So he won Colorado. Are you going to take his advice and vote for Bernie Sanders when it comes convention time?
Well, the superdelegate thing was started 30 years ago, and the idea is that people that have been in elected office for a longer period of time, maybe have a longer perspective on things, that they'll bring some stability. And we're looking at, I admire so many of the issues that Bernie has raised. Senator Sanders has really pushed out. Why is it that we're not retraining people more rapidly for the new economy? Why is it that kids are having such large debt when they finish college? But I think that Hillary is more likely to, in an incremental, kind of hard, problem-solving approach, is going to get results sooner, I think, than him. And I think that's where I should support who I think is really going to do the best job.
He's arguing that the latest revelations about her private email server are something that superdelegates should take in mind. In other words, another shoe might drop and she wouldn't be in as good a position in the general election as he would be. What's your response to that argument?
Well, I don't think there's another shoe that's going to drop. I think they've parsed this about as much as they can. I mean, she was trying to protect family and friends from the unwanted scrutiny. She said she made a mistake, right? Let's move on. I think she's probably the most prepared person to run for high political office in this country in several decades. And some people say, and I'm not, you'd have to look at it, if she was a man, all this stuff wouldn't be at the same level. That there's an awful lot of criticism being used. I mean, literally millions of dollars of criticism against her every week over things that really aren't that, against a man wouldn't be brought up like that.
But the Inspector General's report doesn't have anything to do with gender, does it?
No, it certainly doesn't. But it points out that, previous secretaries of state had done roughly the same. Had used their own servers, like Colin Powell, and no one had come out officially at the time and said, that this is a bad precedent. And again, she's admitted she made a mistake. I mean, I don't understand it's not like the end of the world. again, I understand it's been made a big deal because people have spent millions of dollars trying to blow it into this incredible flame. But compare it to Donald Trump, where he changes what he says every single day. He never says he's made a mistake, right? I mean, whose judgment do you want to rely on?
Colorado is a purple state. It's going to be a big battleground in the general election. What's your sense of the role of the Hispanic population there, 20% in the state, the role it'll play?
I think it'll play a huge role. And again, I think every day that goes by and Don Trump says something more that alienates large segments of the American people, I think he will pay a heavy price here. I mean,
Okay,
we knew he was kind of a blowhard.
I'm sorry, Governor, we're
okay.
going to have to cut you off there. Thanks so much for being with us. We'll be right back.